Tallahassee in this presentation of ACC softball on ESPN. Jacksonville.
Very good changeup. She can throw it for a strike in any count and a good drop ball. So
Will be batting second. Madison Reynolds has been the hottest bat in the lineup, so typically the leadoff batter West Palm Beach, Florida. And is a player that can do a little bit of everything. Can slap, can swing, has a lot of speed on the base paths. This on the ground to second, and AMAYA Ross puts her away at first. Josie Muffley and Ross up the middle, and Mac Leonard on the opposite corner. Dubois the pitcher. Here's Victoria Rodabaugh laying down the bunt. Leonard back to first, will not get her. In the maturity and her continued ability to grind.
of power and offensive showing from Reynolds.
Off speed by Allie Dubois. You mentioned the changeup, and there, in fact, led Jacksonville in batting average back in 2000.
We have TV now, so we know where your weaknesses are.
Well, that flare drops into the glove of AMAYA Ross. Good 10th start of the season, and really, T. Brown being able to locate the chairs are pretty darn good as well. But really, look at when I go through their season body of work is the positive walk to strikeout ratio. Unfortunate for Kerr, the carom off of Harwood's leg goes straight. I mean, coming back from injury and producing numbers like this. Coach, 5-time conference coach of the year, and certainly could make an argument that she should have more than 5 in the approach to pitching and how Florida State encompasses more of a staff. I'm sure here later in the show on doing it.
Yeah, and that's one thing harps on.
Loud out for Kaylee Harding out to left. She certainly has of late. Batting average on the rise for Edenfields. Then continued her fine form against the Tigers as Waycaser makes her way into scoring position. Ball gets into the shallow center field area, and she'll go all the way to third.
Turning right there by Waycaser, really slide in hard. She sees that ball, kind of gets away right there and doesn't hesitate. Just my 2 cents on that.
Field put her 2 cents on that bloop single. She'll drive in the opening run for the Knowles.
Where Waycaser, she does a great job right there. Waycaser, easy, nice. Yeah, you highlight just the numbers rising for both Enfield and it really.
Just started, and in the blink of an eye, it feels like it winds down, and as inning combined for 14 strikeouts, and I guess it really was as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Right, being able to back her up. You see her now kind of playing towards the middle and really just knowing where to play.
Nice coverage in right field by for strikeout number 2. This one hit to right field. Waycaser has it, and Allie Dubois works around the 2-out single. It's Duke, it's Virginia Tech, Duke in Clemson. What a tremendous job they've done.
Have 4 contenders for sure to be able to host a regional potential flyout right there by Katie Dack. Very good piece of hitting, but
heck of a year, and also nipping at the heels of the top 4.
Actually, so early on. So, welcome to the ACC.
And welcome to that exchange. AMAYA Ross says hello, and when you can create that level of chaos on the base paths, that opens up a whole.
Still in the bases, and it's great to see her.
Throw came home, and Hartley saw
where you are in the lineup, and so you know how important this out is.
Well, how about a couple of outs? 3rd innings of work over the last 5 games, 9 strikeouts, no runs.
And it throws off the timing. You know when you're hitting against Dubois, you know what you're going to get. You know you're going to get changeups. And even in knowing that, you stay right there.
First pitch swinging out to center field. Kerr ranges in and secures it to retire Davis. Ball team who turned into a color analyst for a number of years, Chip Baker, would always say, "Shawn," on that baseball team. A lot of baseball games over there. And good pieces of hitting will be a good sign for Jacksonville here in this one. They continue to. The only strikeout to this point for Allie Dubois came against Reynolds. Got her looking. That one down and in. Snap throw goes to third. And getting back in time, Braytech swung through strike three. Guess what pitch that was?
That changeup again. It's such
were last year, had a terrific season, batted north of 300. Positive walk to strikeout ratio for Braytech. Got a hold of this one into center field. Kerr on her horse has secured it to put an end to the top of the third. Kerr 0 for 1, grounded out to short to kick things off.
So
It's been a lot of fun to watch those upgrades come in here at the Seminole Softball Complex, a facility and a program. Good heads-up base running by Hallie would put her
the other team. So how do you win in those games?
Speaking of, line drive, and the throw gets by the first baseman.
Inning out to the wall in left, but didn't quite get enough of it. So much of her career in right, now at third. Checking in to left field. This one in foul territory. A nice play by Rodaball on the hot corner. His batting average now creeps higher and higher up towards 2.
Full count.
Full count to the catcher. Ground ball to short. Play is to first, and it is in time. Reynolds retires Edenfield
Into Tallahassee, and you're right, really, I think it's a testament again to
to grow this year. The transfer from Arizona State steps into the circle in relief of Allie Dubois and induces the fly out to center field off the bat.
there for Allison, and what you're going to see from her, she gets a little bit of the rise curve. She can also flip a change and really trying to work on developing that drop ball, but she does.
In the second, Harrigan, Leguizamon has seen 6 on her own, but number 7 is strike 3 for Allison Royalty. Obviously, than you do on the road. Those are all great things, things that we look forward to, things that we certainly very well appreciate. She said, but still, the opportunity to go on the road
and really getting back on the map from where we were with Coach Graff and
out with Jacksonville, who has asserted themselves largely quite well here in this midweek matchup. And Ashley Harwood, that one short hops its way in. Mac Leonard on the run into scoring position. And you can play that track.
Less than 2 outs is always a position that you want to be in.
And AMAYA Ross does her job. Infield came in. There will be no play to the plate. Into the plate. A couple of innings ago, and on a throw home, advanced into scoring position. Pops out there, and that'll put in another run to their lead. The 8-9-1 are due up for the Dolphins.
Give yourself the opportunity to get into that tournament so you can have the opportunity to make some noise and really see if you can kind of propel your team. Well, I think for now they have some good things to take away to kind of prepare them as they go into the week.
The order, finding a way aboard, certainly key. A strikeout for Allison Roy. And at times the bat has been hot on the base paths. She puts a lot of balls in play, and this one is into the glove of Kaylee Harding. That she saw in the third inning and flied out to center. And the bat got hot, and she's stayed there ever since. Ground ball here to Ross, and she's retired at first. So Allison Royal, a ton of good things this year, and now squares off with Josie Muffley at the bottom. Muffley followed by Kerr and Waycaser. This one flared off the end of the bat over the infield and into the glove of Leguizamon at second.
Don't show as she's 0 for 1, but really just some quality at bats. There was out hitting the Florida State Seminoles, and really the difference between the two right now is that the Florida State Seminoles are getting those quality plate appearances to push in the runs, and whereas, hey, this team does not strike out a lot. If you're going to strike out, but don't.
Third. Ground ball here. That'll get through the left side. Hallie Waycaser continues to flood the hit column in this 2000.
Short and sweet to the point.
It's kind of who she is, isn't it?
Short and sweet to the point.
Field in the first. That ball skips away at second. Waycaser scampers back to the bag. Thought for a moment about. And a delayed call is strike 3. It got her. just the second strikeout of the game.
Ball, you got the off speed, and really just challenging the hitters that they face.
Day at the plate, though, for Victoria. Bunt single in the first, another single in the vocally firing this team up. Swung on that one, it's popped up. Bethany Keene checked in for Florida State defensively and has secured out number 1. Exceptional numbers, top 5. And hits this on the ground to Hartley. Plenty of time for Hartley on the hot corner to retire. Wright had a chance to talk to Coach Ayers pregame, and apparently I asked one wrong question. Or at least I just didn't make the observation that there was a
highlight. And earlier we talked about Coach Ayers, and they're playing a good game so far.
Ground ball here to second. Play is to first, and it is in time to retire. Holzrichter
Sweep. It's really just, it's so cool. Or sorry, they took 2, I believe, from Duke
this year. Edenfield hits this one hard on a line out to right. But going back to that, really gaining steam.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really all about adversity. I mean, that's something that
of this team's mentality, and said they're very chill, they're very easygoing, but when ump says play ball, they roll up the sleeve. Over at first, Leonard takes over as essentially the Noles DP.
Just sidebar for a cool little story in BK and watching her grow up.
And watching her take a 4-pitch walk. Back to your point, did her job in the 4th. The sac fly as Keene advances into second, and another Nole has stolen yet another base in this one.
Great. I see the ball down and taking second. They're one of the best to do it.
They've stolen 90% of their bases this season. This one elevated to left center field and out there in left to make the play.
Today, probably last weekend, as well as they go in and face and sweep Clemson. Dot over that I and crossing the T on how good this pitching staff really is.
Popped into the glove of Allison Royalty, who has largely been really, really good since she came in Royal Complex. Line drive, and just like that, Jacksonville's down to their last one. What I found.
Yeah. Sometimes you get those soft liners.
Tag applied by Michaela Edenfield to finish off the strikeout.
Florida State Seminoles did today. They found a way to score some runs and take this game away from the Jacksonville Dolphins.
The momentum keeps on rolling for the Noles, who will take up before they do that. We'll put a wrap on this one after these messages on the